Love stories have always captured our hearts with their charm and mystery. But what if I told you that behind every famous romance, there is a history that professionals in the romance industry often want to share? Today, let us explore the hidden truths, those captivating revelations about love stories through time that could rewrite how you see romance forever. Imagine peeling back the layers of history to discover what really goes on behind the scenes of the great love stories that inspire us all. First, consider how romance professionals often sell a picture-perfect version of love, where happily ever afters come swiftly and effortlessly. But the truth is far richer and more complex. History shows us that love rarely blossomed without challenges, misunderstandings, and growth. These stories remind us that true love can be messy but beautiful in how it perseveres through life's obstacles. Take, for example, one of history's most renowned couples, Elizabeth Barrett and Robert Browning. Their romance was not a storybook affair from the start. Elizabeth was a fragile woman, confined by illness and strict family rules. Robert wrote poetry to woo her secretly. And it was only through patience and resilience that they formed a bond strong enough to defy barriers. This is the kind of love journey rarely highlighted in popular romance tales because it strips away the fantasy to reveal dedication and courage. Throughout history, many famous romances were deeply entwined with the social and political pressures of their times. Think of the scandalous affair between Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Often romanticized as pure passion, their relationship was a powerful political alliance as much as it was love. It reminds us that sometimes romance and strategy go hand in hand. Another layer romance experts might hesitate to spotlight, because it complicates the idea of love as purely emotion-driven. Now, let us talk about history's favorite romantic trope, star-crossed lovers. Most think of Romeo and Juliet as the quintessential example, a tale of immediate and tragic love. But did you know that Shakespeare's original inspiration reflected real families caught in bitter feuds and social upheaval? Their story was more about the societal forces that conspired against love than just love itself. Romance professionals often downplay these harsh realities to keep the focus on emotional highs, rather than the struggles that test true commitment. And what about the famous love letters that have survived through centuries? While they are cherished as symbols of passion, they can also reveal raw vulnerability, moments of doubt, and uncertainty. Letters from Abelard to Heloise, for example, expose not only deep devotion but complex human emotions like fear, regret, and hope. This honesty is what many romance stories lack today, as they often sugarcoat love to maintain an idealized image. If we shift from ancient times to more recent history, the story of Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt is another eye-opener. Their marriage was far from ideal at times, marked by personal struggles and political ambition. Yet, their respect and partnership endured, showing us that love is sometimes about growth together, not just passion. This powerful truth is something romance professionals don't always emphasize because it doesn't fit the simple narrative of instant love. You might wonder what all these historical insights mean for us today. The main lesson is that love is not a fairy tale waiting to be found but a journey filled with discovery, patience, and resilience. Unknown or ignored by many romance professionals. This perspective invites us to embrace imperfections and to believe in slow-burning love that withstands trials. SFX, soft_wind_chime, 3. Imagine a love story where two people meet in the middle of their ordinary lives, facing careers, family challenges, and personal growth. It didn't happen overnight but grew with every shared struggle and smile. This is the kind of romance history quietly teaches us, one that is achievable and real. One remarkable example from history is the love story of Johnny Cash and June Carter. Their romance blossomed through years of friendship, struggle, and mutual support. It wasn't just spark and fireworks but endurance through addiction, heartbreak, and reconciliation. Their story resonates with anyone who knows love is about choosing each other every day. Another little-known but inspiring story is that of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Their relationship was wild and complicated, filled with jealousy and infidelity. Yet their passion fueled creativity and self-discovery, showing how love can be a powerful force for both destruction and healing. Such narratives challenge the neat and tidy versions of love that professionals often promote. History also reveals how some romances were shaped in secret by letters, stolen moments, and whispered promises. For women especially, strict social rules often forced lovers to find creative ways to express their feelings, making their love stories tales of courage and defiance. These hidden loves are sometimes more inspiring than fairy tales because they teach us about the strength of unwavering commitment. SFX, writing_pen_on_paper. 2. If you ever read the correspondence between Lord Byron and Lady Caroline Lamb, you'll discover a tempestuous romance full of drama and intensity, but also of literary genius. Their love was passionate and raw, highlighting that real romance is often fraught with contradictions, joy mixing with pain, desire mingling with heartbreak. Let us not forget that many famous romantic stories were also lessons in personal growth. Catherine and Heathcliff's passionate connection in Wuthering Heights famously illustrates how love can be both consuming and destructive, teaching us that sometimes the greatest love is the one that pushes us to become better versions of ourselves, even if it hurts along the way. The truth that romance professionals don't always share is that sometimes love requires letting go before it can truly grow. The historical romances that endured often involved forgiveness, second chances, and a lot of perseverance when things felt impossible. These are the stories that spark hope for anyone who has faced heartbreak and wondered if love can survive. What is incredible is that these timeless lessons are just as relevant now as they've ever been. Whether it's the complexity of emotions, the necessity of patience, or the courage to keep loving despite everything, history offers a rich tapestry of romance that helps us understand love beyond the glittering surface. As you reflect on these tales, remember that love professionals might want to sell you instant chemistry, but the most meaningful romances are often quiet, gradual, and born from resilience, not just passion. The stories history holds invite us to see love as a deep well that grows stronger with nourishment over time. SFX, gentle_piano, 4. So, what if the next time you find yourself caught in the ups and downs of love, you remember that countless iconic couples faced the same, and yet love endured? That's the secret history of romance, full of raw emotion and real moments waiting for you to embrace. And here's the heart of it all: love isn't a prize to be won or a perfect moment to be found. It's a living story we write every day with trust, kindness, and courage. By letting go of unrealistic expectations and honoring the challenges, we open ourselves to a love that is genuine and deeply fulfilling. In the end, the romance professional's hidden history teaches us to believe in love's power to transform and heal, even when it's imperfect or unexpected. It's a reminder that in every struggle lies the chance for a true connection that lasts. So, take heart in these stories, and let them inspire you to nurture your own love with patience and hope. Because the most beautiful romances are often those that grow slowly, quietly, and withstand every test life throws their way. After all, the real magic of romance is not in its perfection, but in its persistence. SFX, soft_.